Good morning, middle school. I'm so excited for today's pep rally to celebrate all of our hard work last year on Park. We have so much to celebrate, and we have a very special guest here to celebrate with us as well. But first, we're going to have a performance by Mrs. Gallant and our awesome 5th grade African drummers. Let's give it up. Let's give another round of applause to our drummers. Next, I want to invite up one of our 8th grade student leaders, Jacqueline Zelaya, who will introduce our special guest.
My name is Jacqueline Zelaya, and I'm in 8th grade. I am very excited to welcome and introduce our Mayor, Muriel Bowser, today to Capital City. She has always been a strong supporter of youth and education. Prior to becoming mayor, she was even our Ward 4 council member. She knows that Capital City is a unique school that uses project-based learning to push our thinking. And she knows that we have the best students and teachers here. Yeah. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Bauer to the stage.
Well, good morning, Capital City. I am so happy to be with you today and so happy to be in this lovely space. I was telling your head of school that it's been a little while since I've been to the school and remember those long conversations about her vision for coming to Rabault High School and how happy we were to welcome Capital City to Ward 4. So let's give Karen Dresden a big hand for her vision for this outstanding school. I want to also thank you, Principal Cox, for leading such a wonderful team of faculty and staff that come to work committed each and every day to setting really high expectations for our students, having exciting programs and classes and initiatives and projects and field trips and challenging them to be the very best that they can be each and every day and reminding them each day that they are partners in their education and responsible for living and believing in your talents and abilities and making sure that you're doing everything that you can to be successful students. And I was told that all of that hard work is paying off because you had a 5% achievement increase in math and reading in your last Park score. So give yourselves a big round of applause. And I'm grateful to for the work of the Public Charter School Board. And Scott, I want to thank you for being here, and also acknowledge the presence of another very important member of our public education team, our superintendent of the Office of the Office of State Superintendent for Education, Hansel Kang. Give Hansel Kang a big round of applause. And you just heard me say what a team effort it is. A lot of people working together, especially our students and parents, and of course, all of our dedicated teachers. And we know for sure that the success of our schools relies so heavily on the commitment and the excellence of our teachers. And there are a lot of good things happening here at the Capital City Public Charter Schools, middle school, and entire school because of your excellent teaching. So while I'm here to highlight the progress of your entire school, I do have an important announcement to make because a very special thing is happening here. We get to acknowledge the 2020 Teacher of the Year for the District of Columbia. Now, this is supposed to be a surprise, but it may not be a surprise now. So without further ado, young ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to DC's Teacher of the Year, Mr. Lopez Cardozo. Mr. Lopez Cardozo, please join me on the stage. I have goosebumps. Come on, boys and girls, give it up for Mr. Lopez Cardozo. About you. So no, just stand right here. So let me tell you, Ms. Dresden has described Mr. Lopez Cardozo as a dynamic teacher who works to make science real and meaningful for his students. Ms. Cox says Mr. Lopez Cardozo is the most compassionate, collaborative, focused, relatable, data-driven, and engaging teacher that she has ever met. And those are very nice compliments. And in addition to being an outstanding science teacher, Mr. Lopez Cardozo also serves as the school's science department chair, the 7th grade level team lead, and the middle school representative on the Equity Core Committee. Outside of his work at school, he is a member of the Clinical Faculty for Urban Teachers, a collaboration with Johns Hopkins University School of Education. And it sounds like he has a lot going on for all of you. And he will serve as a fantastic ambassador for teachers in Washington, D.C., as we wish him luck because he's competing nationwide to be the National Teacher of the Year. And he gets a special treat.
Do I just right in between jacket and okay. Yeah.
Boys and girls, one more time for the DC Teacher of the Year.
Okay, I'm going to try to keep myself together because I had no idea that this... I was like, oh, we're going over park, we're going over attendance. Okay, that's great. First of all, I wanted to thank each and every one of you for being here. This is an incredible honor, but... You know, this is an achievement that I share with each and every one of you in this room because everyone in here has taught me something, right? So I wanted to start, I cannot believe my mom is here, with acknowledging one of the most profound teachers of my life, which is my mother. I remember when I used to struggle in math when I was a kid, she would always push me to stay strong, and I'll never forget, we were working at our kitchen table in North Carolina, and she would always push me, and she is my hero through everything that we have gone through as a family together, particularly when I was in middle school and in high school. So I would not be here without the guidance and support of my mother. I would also like to thank... I would also like to thank my spouse, Vinerte Cardozi, for attending here. He has been a true champion of always providing me with the support that I need, regardless of anything. It can be with, my school life, my personal life. He's been someone that I can truly depend on and would not be here in this position without his guidance either. So, everything being said, when I think of this isn't an award that I just own. It's an honor that I share with each and every one of you. There are many educators, including students in this room, who are educating us as adults, who provide such a profound impact on how we teach and how we lead and how we really work together as a community to ensure that all of us are leaders of our own learning. So I did want to thank my principal mother, Ms. Cox, for believing in me when she hired me in 2016. I wasn't even present. Our interview ended up being an hour long, and I remember just being like, she's on my side, and I already know that. And of course, she herself is an award-winning educator and principal, and just to be a part of her team, along with Ms. Dow, our Director of Student Services, Ms. Pick, who is our instructional coach, and then Mr. Mitchum, who is our coordinator of school culture, has been just one of the most amazing experiences, having them as our leadership to look up to when supporting us as teachers. So I definitely want to provide recognition to those folks as well. So thank you. And then to my amazing 7th grade team for being here as well, to my 7th grade students, to the 8th grade students that are in front of me right now. To the adults, to the teachers, y'all make my job fun and enjoyable, and I could not be more honored to work with such an amazingly talented group of people. Mr. Goals and I have been around for the past 4 years. This is our 4th year coming together, and he has truly guided me in many ways of how I aspire to be a teacher, continue to aspire to be an effective teacher. And so just wanted to thank him specifically too. But at the end of the day, like, I don't have anything else to say because, you know, I will be more eloquent in my words later on. Y'all tricked me.
We did good.
Thank y'all so much for making this experience great. Oh, I want to say one more thing. Is it possible? One more thing. I wanted to commit to the award that I received, the check that was $7,500. So the vast majority of that will be donated to a dream of mine that I've wanted to accomplish ever since I started teaching. So the majority of that check will be donated in a form of a scholarship to a capital city student who has achieved excellent, mastery and everything in the sciences, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I haven't thought of a name yet. I haven't done that, but to me, that's where the money needs to go, to students. So I just wanted to recognize that. And now I'm done. Have so much love for all of y'all in this room. Thank you all.
Good morning, Capital City.
Good morning.
My name is Hansul Kang, and I'm the State Superintendent of Education for the District of Columbia, which means I get to work with all of the schools across the city, both DCPS schools and DC public charter schools. My agency gets to do lots of things for students, teachers, and schools across the city, but one of the most important and most fun parts of my job is each year getting to celebrate amazing teachers through our Teacher of the Year awards. And that's why I'm here today with the mayor to celebrate Mr. Justin Lopez Cardozi, our 2020 DC Teacher of the Year. The Teacher of the Year program gets to celebrate outstanding educators who are accelerating growth for all students, helping students like you learn and achieve every single day, and who demonstrate leadership beyond the classroom by partnering with colleagues, students, families, and communities to celebrate and support innovation in the teaching and learning and champion the teaching profession. Mr. Lopez Cardozi is an excellent example of what we are looking for across DC as teachers who value and as we look to value and recognize outstanding educators for their ability to engage with and support their students and their families. As DC Teacher of the Year, we're looking forward to working with Mr. Lopez Cardozi as he seeks to champion restorative justice practices to better support all students within the school community and to advocate for culturally relevant curricula and approaches that engage students and celebrate their backgrounds in rich ways. We are also looking forward to listening to his thoughts on how we can improve the quality of education across DC, across all of our schools. Selecting the DC Teacher of the Year is no easy task. Every year we get hundreds of recommendations from school administrators, colleagues, staff, parents, students, and community members, and hear about the incredible things that teachers are doing to make a difference. We hear these amazing recommendations about so many different teachers. In addition to Mr. Lopez Cardozi, I just want to take a minute to recognize the other two finalists for DC Teacher of the Year, who included Beth Barkley, an English Language Arts and Human Rights Social Justice teacher at the Cardozo High School International Academy, where she supports immigrant students in English language acquisition and creates opportunities for students to use their voice and advocate for social justice. And Dr. Daniel Spruill, a music educator at Center City Public Charter School's Brightwood campus, where he has spent 11 years fostering a love of music in all children, building an award-winning student performance choir, and advocating for the arts and education. We have amazing teachers across the city, and hearing about these amazing finalists just highlights just how special Mr. Lopez Cardozi is in being selected ultimately as our winner. So I want to thank Mr. Lopez Cardozi again. for everything he has done for students, families, educators, and the team here at Capital City, where it's so clear you have an amazing school community. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the leader of this community, Karen Dresden, Capital City Public Charter Schools Head of School.
Good morning, Capital City Middle School. What an exciting day for Capital City, and congratulations, Mr. Lopez Cardozi. We are so incredibly excited for you and your award, and I just wanted to say a couple brief remarks, which is I've long known that Capital City has the best teachers in the city. I know, and students, you know how hard your teachers work. I mean, they work tirelessly to support students every single day and to plan and develop curriculum that is going to be exciting and engaging. And so the selection of Mr. Lopez Cardozi as Teacher of the Year was just the perfect choice. And I have had the pleasure to be in his classroom and see all those students. You know better than me what engaging and exciting lessons that he plans, but I think really also what I've seen is just how he really makes you all think deeply about science, and he realizes that, you know, it's not just about you being scientists later in life, although he clearly wants that, but you are scientists today. He believes that, you know, with the knowledge that you learn, you can help change the world and you can make a difference, and I've seen the work that you do in his class that has really already made a difference for people. So I'm excited to see that work continue. I also know from my work with Mr. Lopez Cardozi on our Schools Equity Core Committee just how deeply committed he is to every student and making sure that everybody has a good experience here at Capital City, and also just what an incredible leader he is. I have just had the wonderful opportunity to work on teams, planning teams with Mr. Lopez Cardozi, and I just see how much he is always working to make Capital City better. Part of it's because he is always learning himself. Learning does not stop when you get to be a teacher. Learning continues. So he is always interested in how do we learn to do better. So I am thrilled that we don't just get to celebrate today. We get to celebrate with him all year long. And he is going to get to go out in the community and share his best practices with other teachers. And it's just great that other people will get an opportunity to learn from him as well. So let's have one more round of applause for Mr. Lopez Cardozi.
So this was the hardest secret to keep, and we got you because you had no idea, did you? Yes, good job. So we are about to dismiss, and we are going to dismiss from the back, so 5th and 6th grade. You are going to dismiss first. Have a seat. Have a seat. I know the mayor is here, but I will still hold it down in here. Okay. All right. So once I tell you that it's time to transition, you will dismiss from the back. 7th and 8th graders, please stay seated. You are not going to leave just yet, but we are going to have the 5th and 6th grade. DJ Brandon, can you give us a little music and celebration on the way out? And now it's time to party. Congratulations, Mr. Lopez Cardozi. Fifth grade teachers, you can go ahead and start to transition.